All right. So I am really excited. I want to welcome you, Patricia McCartan, to this stage to talk about something really, really exciting. So welcome.
Thank you, Shane. I'm honored to be here.
Yes. So Patricia just published a book and I helped her publish it. And now we're working on publicity. So you'll find the link to buy the book here. But what inspired you? So are you a reader or do you like to write? Like, what's your background with books?
Well, honestly, I don't actually like to read books and I don't like to write. This happened to be where it ended up in my hands, a love letter that I decided to make it into a book. Um, and then I just put a story around it to make it more captivating. But actually, I'm not really a book reader and I'm not a writer. But for some reason, I think it's just something that is God sent and it needs to go to its destination. And I guess I am the person that is bringing it to where it needs to go to.
And tell us who the love letter is to. That's the most special thing.
The situation was my father, who was in the Navy when he was 18 years old, while he was being transported for World War II over in Japan. They stopped over, I guess, in Hollywood, California, and he met this girl, and they started a romance together. And she wrote him 100-foot love letter, and she was very much in love with him. And through that time period and that time era, she just kept this letter going nonstop. I mean, it's 100 feet spanning. That's how long this letter is. It must have took her at least like 26, 27 days straight to write, day and night. Even
Amazing.
at her job, she was writing it. Um, so that's what I know of her. She's a young girl, probably she was around maybe 18. Um, and she fell in love with my father and she wrote him like she was writing a diary of everyday events that were happening back then and professing her love to him. It was amazing.
And so I remember when you first approached me with this, I was like, what do you mean 100 foot? It is actually, and you have it, you have
Yes,
it.
I do. I have the original in my apartment.
And what does that
And
look like?
taped. It's taped. And remember, we even took this and we went from my apartment door all the way down to the elevator. So imagine 100 feet long, this unraveled, and it's on like delicate onion paper. So it was like it's very delicate to touch, because it's a letter from 1945.
It's really a historical artifact. It's
Yes,
really
it is.
and so what was your experience in writing this book? Like, how did you feel about because this has been kind of your secret, your family's secret, and now you're sharing it with the world. So what does that feel like?
I am so excited to share it to the world, because of knowing how this letter unfolds with such love and time era. Um, the more I was reading this letter, the more I was getting excited about it, because it has so much to share within it. And and then what I did was I put a story around it, because to explain how my mother and father had met, how the letter ended up in my hands. It was like a hot potato. It bounced from one set of hands to another, and then the timer went off, and it ended up in my hands. And that's when I decided to take it further.
And we don't want to give all the secrets away because we want people to get excited and stay in the book. But the woman, so she's not your mother. She's somebody that your dad was in touch with before your mother. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, so that's really exciting also, and it could bring stuff up, but it seems like you have so much joy. And what would be your dream about what's next for this, in case anybody's listening and they want to help you take it further?
Oh, absolutely. Not only do I have it out there as a book, what I want to do is I want to make it into a play. Because within this letter, there are so many different characters that I can actually visualize it on a stage. And even beyond a stage, I can also see it on a movie screen. I could sit there eating my popcorn and drinking my blue raspberry Slurpee and watching this all unfold in front of me,
I,
right for my view to see it.
I love it.
Um, I am just so excited about it. And the doors are just opening up for it. And that's why I know I'm bringing it to its destination.
I love it. I love it. And, your parents are no longer on this earth. And so why don't you share a little bit about like, what do you hope that two things that they would feel, or what does your family feel about this? Anything you want to share about the support from your parents from beyond or your family here?
Well, I would feel that I would feel that if my parents were still here, the letter would still be in the closet. First of all, it wouldn't be going anywhere. Um, as far as my family, they're excited. Because it wasn't any kind of disloyalty to my mother. Uh, this happened before my mother and father had met. Um, he had met her in 1945, um, and he met my mother in 1949. And when he met my mother, they eloped, they got married after, and they had 5 children, and they had a life together for over 60 something years.
Amazing.
Uh, a newlywed marriage, I would say, with my parents. Um, so it wasn't any kind of disloyalty about it. Um, I just feel that it's just such it's just a beautiful letter that just needs to be taken somewhere,
I love it.
and
Letter.
that's what I'm doing. I'm taking it.
Yes, you are.
And my family's excited about it. They're like, way to go,
Great.
I think they wish that they might have pursued it or whatever, some of them, but it didn't fall that way. And it was meant to be in my hands because I knew I was definitely going to take it forward.
Amazing.
So,
And we're
yeah.
not going to tell anybody, but there's a lot of fun secrets and cool things in the letter. It's not just a bunch of writing
Oh,
like this woman. And so I feel like as I was reading it, it's so relevant to today's lovers who, some now it's like through text messaging, but when there's relationships that are long distance or one-sided or something, it's
right.
just a pure and innocent way of writing, and it's really really beautiful, and there's so much historical facts in there, and so yeah, I can't
Yes.
wait for people to get it and see it. And what do you hope that when people are reading it, what do you hope they'll feel or experience?
That they will absolutely love it. I mean, I am getting such beautiful reviews. I'm getting like Shane, I'm getting 5-star reviews. I mean, and I had this one guy that I know for years, and he turned around and he reached out to me and he said to me, I haven't picked up a book in 15 years. And not because I know you or I like you or whatever. He said, but I read this book. He goes, I couldn't put it down and I finished it all in one sitting.
Great.
It's just very captivating. It holds you, and it's a beautiful love story, and not just a love story. It's a time era. It brings you back into that time where everything is going on, and she tells you about it because apparently she worked at the in Hollywood studios.
Mm,
So she worked in a planning department, and she used to deal with all the actors and actresses that used to pass by to go to the Hollywood sets.
amazing.
And she would talk about whoever the actor was back then, or the song that was playing on the radio. So it brings you back into that time period, and it's a beautiful love story,
Great.
and for a girl to be so in love. And my father was very good looking, God bless him, and he just he had her like day and night writing him,
Mm.
and to have a love like that is just totally extraordinary. Totally extraordinary. Can you imagine having a love like that?
Oh my goodness.
Somebody writing you 100-foot love letter?
Wow.
Oh my goodness. 26 days, day and night.
Wow. Well, I get just hearing you talk about it, I get re-excited thinking about when you first brought it to me, I was like, this is interesting. And also it's so chewable. It's one of those books that you're just like, what happens next? And so I hope people keep in touch. People have been writing amazing reviews because it's love, and it came out in February of 2025. And so it's just perfectly aligned. And we have some launch parties coming up and to be continued. Is there anything else you want to say to people listening?
Well, we're definitely going to have our launch parties. We're going to have one of them on March 15th in Astoria, which is my hometown, in honor of my father. And it's going to be at a place called Shenanigans, and that's located at 1919 Ditmars Boulevard in Astoria. And that's going to be from 3 to 6. And we're going to have food and awesome people that are going to be showing up. And I'm going to be signing your books. And if you even purchased the book already, please come on down,
Bring
and I'd
it.
be more than happy to sign the book,
Yes.
because this book one
There
day
it is. Show it to
could
us.
be a masterpiece. Okay, this could be a movie theater book. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'd be more than happy to sign it for you, to autograph it for you. And then we're doing another launch at Sal Lapizio's house down here in Rockaway Beach, and
Yes.
we'll be doing that. What's his address, Shane? He's over near
Yeah.
116
116. Yes.
and
Absolutely.
Rockaway Beach Boulevard.
Yep.
We're thinking about doing that April 26th,
Yes.
and
The
I
other.
think we're going to have it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And
Yeah.
once again, food and drinks, and you can purchase a book if you don't have one. And I'm always, ready to sign your book.
Amazing.
Very, very excited about this. And I knew the person to come to, and that was Shane Coleman. I knew it. As soon as I ended up with this letter in my hands, I knew that I was going to find the perfect person that just knew how to take it
Hmm.
and go with it. And she has worked nonstop for me, and she has been amazing. So if anybody out there ever wants to get a book published,
Thank you.
please go to Shane Coleman.
Amazing.
Please.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You're
And
so
for the
welcome.
people, yeah, the people who don't live in New York who want to read this because, it's a special place. You can go on Amazon and search
Yes,
The 100-Foot Love Letter by
exactly.
Martin. Amazing.
Yes, you could purchase it right on Amazon, and it's
Amazing.
reasonable. And I'm letting you all know out there, when you read this book, you're going to come back and you're going to say, "Oh my God, I loved it."
Amazing. Amazing. Brava to you. And I look
Thank
forward
you.
to more and more blessings and more people and things showing up to take this to the very next level.
Yes, definitely. We're going to make this go to the heavens where my parents are.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's going to climb.
Amazing. All right. Thank you, Patty. And we'll see everybody soon.
Thank you, Shane.